What up, though? What up, though, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Chopping It Up with Uncle Sean, the podcast. I'm your host, Uncle Sean. Welcome to my labor of love. Yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. Oh, man. So, listen, I got a phone call from my homeboy the other day. And this is a brother that I've been knowing for quite some time. And you know how you got those friends that you don't talk to, but maybe once or twice a year. Y'all might hang out, once, maybe twice a year. You might talk to each other maybe three, 4 times a year, whatever. And but y'all, men, we're kind of like that. We can not talk to our homeboys on a regular basis, but pick up right where we left off, if you know what I mean. So the brother called me, and we was just chopping it up like brothers do when they catching up with each other. How's the family? How's the kids? Blase splee. How's the wife? Whatever. So he proceeds to tell me that he has recently started selling real estate. Um, and I was like, oh, that's cool. I'm currently not in the market for any real estate. But he was like, look, man, it's this website that I want to be able to work off of, and in order to work off of it, I need five, uh, I guess, recommendations or reviews or whatever you want to call it. I need five of them. And he was like, my family members, they are giving me all kind of grief and making it a big problem. They won't basically, in other words, they won't support the brother and give him the little review so he can work off of this particular website, which would help increase his business. Now, this brother and his wife, they do pretty well, might I say. And I know for a fact that they have helped financially several family members. They do pretty well for themselves. And you know how that is. When you do well and you've got people in your family who go through issues, they call you humble with that hat in their hand like this, and can you help me out, and blah, and I'll appreciate it, and blase splee. And that's all well and fine. But he couldn't get five people in his family to go onto the little website, fill out the little survey, push submit. They send you a return email saying that they got your review or whatever you recommendation or whatever it was. And that's that. 2 to 3 minutes. I did it. Once he told me about it, he sent me the link. I clicked on the link. It took me 2 to 3 minutes. I sent the link to one of my relatives. She clicked the link, did it. That's two. That's two people right there that aren't related to this brother. You see, it be your own motherfucking family that don't support you. A stranger, you have a better chance of getting support from a stranger. It's just it is what it is. You have a better chance of getting support from strangers than you do your own so-called friends and family. That brother shouldn't have had to ask me to do that for him when I know good and damn well he's got 5 family members who could have done it. Because I've met at more than 5 of his family members over at his house eating his food, drinking his liquor. But that's the way it go. And they ought to be ashamed of themselves. And this happens all the time in the black community. And in other communities, but we talking about us right now. It's a shame how a lot of us act like crabs in the barrel. You don't want to see your friends and family members do well. It makes you sick, the thought that they already doing well. Now you trying to do that? Damn! You hoe ass motherfuckers. That's really some sick shit when you really think about it. You know, you don't want to see somebody work and come up with an ideal to do something and decide to do it. You don't want to see them succeed at it. Why? Because some kind of way it makes you feel like some kind of a failure, or, why they gotta be, because they working at it. They trying, they making an effort. And they're asking you to do something that doesn't cost any money. It takes 2 or 3 minutes out of your time to do that for free. And you try to make an issue out of it and make up excuses as to why you don't want to do it. And it's just some bullshit. And we have got to start supporting each other a lot better than we do. We do. Especially when it takes minimal effort to just click a few buttons. What the hell? I don't get it. I really don't get it. Other than hate. Other than crab in the barrel. Other than I don't want to see you successful because it makes me feel bad if I'm not as successful as you are. What a punk ass, hoe ass way to live. That is ridiculous. But it seems to be the way. And then we wonder why these other communities are able to talk the shit that they do about us. Because say what you want to about them Somalis scamming and doing all that bullshit that they doing, but at least they down for each other. We couldn't even get together to do a scam good. Because if one person made 5 cents more than you will fuck it up for everybody. Acting a fool. At least they were able to get together on a scam. You got stupid black folks, us foundational black America, sit up here and can't even do crime together. Let alone legitimate business. You won't even support somebody who's doing something legitimate. And yet you will sit up and that same person, when they become successful doing what you wouldn't support, You will have the nerve when you get down on your knuckles to call that person and ask them for some help financially, or ask them to perform a service that they get paid for at a discounted or free for you. Oh, come on, fam. Come on, cuz. Come on, sis. Come on, bro. Fuck you. Fuck you. You should pay. Because you wouldn't do the bare minimum to support the people who eventually will be the ones to help your dumb ass. You sorry son of a bitch. I got a problem with that. I have a real serious problem with that. With us not supporting each other on some good shit. Well, listen. Really, that was not the intended subject matter of today. What I really wanted to talk about today, and you know what, and it really is all the same thing, really, is why is it that we tend to spend our money with people who don't respect us, who don't like us, and why do we spend our money with these people? Why would you, as a black woman, go into an Asian hair supply shop after you've seen all these Asian folks raise up on you? Go online. They always beating the hell out of somebody, talking bad to you. You go to the Asian nail shops. There are black nail shops. I found one. Listen, I get pedicures because I don't like touching feet, not even my own goddamn feet. So it was actually my mother and a woman I was dealing with at the time that was like, hey, you should go get a pedicure, you know? So I started going, and I would go to the Asian place because it was at the mall. It was real simple to go. But I noticed, number one, I don't like people talking foreign language around me, giggling and sniggling. I think that's kind of rude, especially when you speak enough English to take my motherfucking money. I never cared for that. And then they came out with that Google Translate, and I would start using that. And I caught some of them Asian bitches talking about my feet one time. Yeah. I mean, you know, whatever. But I caught the bitch talking about my motherfucking feet. And how big they were and how crusty they were. You know, it was just, you know, which they were and they were. What? Bitch, speak English. If you're going to talk that shit, say it in English. And my major problem with the Asian nail people, and I don't know, I'm not putting this on no, I don't know if these people are Chinese or Korean or whatever, but the place that I go at the mall, used to go at the mall, they would try to upcharge you, upsell you. Now, what I noticed was, if you did not go for the upsell, they would give you a real bare bones. They would be real quick with you. That pedicure would go really quick and be very, very unthorough. I was like, that's some bullshit. Because I won't, and I would try to tell the stupid ass foreigner. I'd be like, look, you're trying to upcharge me. If you do a good job, I'll give you the money that of the upcharge as your tip. But see, she didn't want that. They don't want that because a lot of these people, I think they be what you call indentured servants or something. Because they're more interested in making money for the business than they are enriching themselves. Because you offer a normal person would rather get a tip for themselves than a upcharge for the business. Most of them broads probably slaves or indentured servants or I don't know what you call it, trafficking or whatever the hell. Because where do these people live anyway? Where do these fucking Asian people live? I'm here in Michigan. I don't know nobody that lives near no Asian folk. Where the hell they live? I know people that live all over Michigan. I've lived next to Hispanic people. I've lived next to regular white folks. I've lived next to Jewish people, black people, African people. I ain't never seen where the fuck these Chinese people and these Asian Koreans and all these motherfuckers, where they live. I know where the Arabs live. They in Dearborn. Where in the hell are the people who run the Chinese restaurants? Where do they live? That's the question. If you know, put it in the comment. Please, let me know where the hell they live. But why do we spend our money with people? They come into our neighborhood. They open up shop. And we can't wait to run up in there. And I understand a lot of our neighborhoods are not very, they don't have a lot of things. So when you get something, anything, any old funky little restaurant or a little rinky-dink hair salon or shop, they'd be happy to get anything, damn near. But I'm like, why do we even, like, you go into these businesses, they in your neighborhood, they don't hire anybody from your neighborhood. They talk shit to you. They act like they doing you a favor by you spending your money in there. Now let me tell you something. See, I'm so fucking glad. Number one, I'm glad that I had the parents that I had. Because I grew up with parents who they taught us to respect ourselves and to not take disrespect. There was this store on the corner of 7 Mile and Meyer called Delta. And I used to go to a school that was on right in between 8 Mile and 7 Mile on Meyer. And after school, us kids that walked that way, we would stop at the store to get snacks, to eat on the way home, walking home. And this Arab would stand at the door and harass us as we went into the store. Are you buying anything? Show me your money. Are you buying anything? Show me your money. And I remember one day, I told my father about what they do. I was like, yeah, when we go in that store, they stop us at the door and ask us what we buying and show them the money. And he was like, what? And he was like, don't go in there no more. Don't go in that motherfucking store no more. Don't go in there. And the funny thing was there was a lady who owned a black lady who owned a store right across the street. And that's where we started going. My parents had enough sense to tell me, don't go in that motherfucking store because they don't respect you. Some of y'all obviously have never been told that. You go into a store and argue with the motherfucking Arab every goddamn day. Every day. You go in that motherfucking store and argue with this motherfucker where you're spending your money at every day. Y'all cussing back and forth. Why? Is that the only store you can go to? You don't want to walk an extra block or drive an extra 2-3 blocks to go somewhere where at least motherfuckers know how to talk to you? It's bad enough that they're in our neighborhood in the first place. And they're not adding to the neighborhood. They're not hiring anybody. Hell, a lot of times there have been people be in danger running to the store and they ain't even gonna call the police or help you. They'll let you get killed and be right behind that bulletproof glass. Because they don't give a fuck. I don't spend my money where I'm not respected, period. I know people talking about boycotting Target. Well, I don't go to Target anyway. I've probably been to Target 2 times in my whole life. Don't like it. I used to go to Walmart. I ain't been to Walmart in 2 years. Fuck a Walmart. You know what I'm saying? Any place that acts like they don't want the black dollar, let old Uncle Sean know, and I won't be back in there, period. I'll drive extra blocks. Right now, if I want a pedicure, I go to this black girl. I think it's called Jazzy Nails. And guess what? She charges a little bit more. And it's harder to get fit in a lot of times. But I would rather deal with her because she does a good job. She's very pleasant and nice. And I don't mind giving her my money. And I'll pay a little extra because I realize that a lot of times when we do start businesses, it costs us more. Sometimes it costs us more. But let me say this also, black business owners. You got to provide good service and pleasant and be nice and don't act like, you doing me a favor when I come in there to solicit your business. When I come in there to patronize your business. Has to be a two-way street. Has to be a win-win situation. But a lot of places have these others in your community, and they've been there for a while, and they've done nothing to help the community whatsoever. As a matter of fact, they've talked down to you, they've ridiculed you, they've overcharged you, they've sold you bad shit, and you put up with it, and you don't get no respect. And they take their ass to wherever the hell they live and laugh at you. And giggle and sniggle while you put their kids through college and afford them a lifestyle that's way better than yours. Black folks, your biggest weapon is your dollars. When they talk that lazy, don't work bullshit. We spend more money than anybody. As a matter of fact, the black dollar in America would be like the 6th largest economy in the world if it was a country. Think about that. All we got to do is collectively not spend our dollars or spend our dollars. Our dollars, as a matter of fact, didn't the Supreme Court say that money is speech? You motherfucking right it is. Your money speaks for you. I'm not about to spend my money with somebody who is talking shit to me. I have stopped going to quite a few places. Some of them I liked. But I will not be disrespected by anyone. Period. Especially when it comes to spending my hard earned money. You know, but, a lot of us, for some odd reason, and I don't know. Do you remember when them brothers, I don't forgot what city it was in. It may have been Chicago. I don't remember, but wherever it was, there were some brothers who went to an Asian owned, I think it was a beauty supply store, where they had jumped on a sister or had jumped on a couple of sisters and was just acting a plumb fool. And these brothers go down there and they check these Asian people and all of this and shut them down for a few days. And the Asian people put weave or something on sale. And the black women were lined up outside of the store to buy the shit that was on sale. And the brother came up there and he couldn't do nothing but shake his head. I think he even went to jail defending these people. And this is the thanks we get. You see, it's sellout, because that's a sellout. You mean to tell me you wanted some old funky, stinking ass weave that bad that you would sell that brother out who put his life and freedom on the line so that you can have some dignity and respect? And as soon as them motherfuckers put some shit on sale that you really don't need anyway, you just sell out. And that's the reason why it's so hard for those of us who don't play those games to get the respect that we do. That's why we gotta whoop ass every now and then, because of motherfuckers like y'all, the sellouts. You make it hard for all of us. That's why we gotta shun the sellouts. The sellouts and the people who ain't down got to be put to the side, pushed away. You got to turn your back on them motherfuckers. Because them the ones that always sink the ship anyway. It's always the sellout that messes it up for everybody. They got to go tell massa. Some of y'all run your damn mouth too much. You say too much. They don't need to know everything we talking about or what we doing or what we gonna do. I be very vague on this motherfucker a lot of times. Because the game is to be sold and not told. Can you dig it? Have some pride in yourself. Have some self-respect. When somebody talks to you in a manner that is disrespectful and that you wouldn't even take from your own brother or sister, but you'll go up in this store and let this motherfucker talk to you any old kind of way, and you still purchase something from them, that's selling out. Stop it. Knock it off. We got a lot of power that we don't exercise because some of y'all are so motherfucking self-loathing. Some of y'all hate yourselves. You feel inferior. You don't feel like you deserve to be treated with respect like everybody else. And when you get a person like that, you can try to show them or save them, but I don't waste too much time with motherfuckers like that. Move away from me. Get away from me. Don't talk to me. Shut the fuck up. Get away from me. Because you're detrimental. Because I don't want nobody to think I'm you. Because that'll get them fucked up. Yeah. They think I'm you and they're going to try to disrespect me like they do you. That's going to get them fucked up. Now, I ain't no tough guy or nothing like that, but I ain't about to take no disrespect. Something gonna happen. Shit. This has been Chopping It Up with Uncle Sean, the podcast. And I hope you've enjoyed your time like I enjoy talking this shit with y'all. Because, you know what I'm saying? This is my therapy. This is how I keep sane. And this is how I get my message out to the world and let them know, hey, it's a regular dude that think just like you out there. You ain't the only one that think like that. Yeah, that's right. So, if anything I said tonight moved you, like, share, subscribe to Chopping It Up with Uncle Sean. This has been a pleasure. Peace.